Hey guys, today we're doing something a little bit different. Today I am going to react, I can't believe I'm doing one of these, but I'm going to react to my very first YouTube video that I ever did on YouTube. I legitimately have not seen this review in its entirety, maybe in about, probably like 10 years, probably around since I did it. When I started YouTube, it was 2009. I was 19 years old and my reviews in the beginning were really bad. And that's part of why I don't have any desire to go back and watch them, but also just, who has time for that? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this, but I guess I take pleasure in humiliating myself, but here we go. So yes, District 9, I remember, I can't tell you why this was my first review. I have no idea. I don't know what prompted this specifically. Obviously, I had always wanted to review movies. I was like obsessed with, wanting to be like Siskel and Ebert and all of that. But I can't tell you specifically why at this time I chose to do it. I guess it was summer. I was in college. I shot this, I think, in my parents' house. Oh, I look so young. Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna be so weird. Look at me. I look like a baby. I was a baby. I was 19 years old. This was 2009, I believe. So innocent. No joke. Super innocent. Okay.
Hey guys, this is Maggie. And I am going to do a little review for the movie review for the movie District 9.
Okay. Adjusting the camera, that's very nice right at the beginning. I think I did this on like Photo Booth. Like those, photo booth they had on like Mac computers, because this was my dad's computer. I would also like to point out that my teeth look exceptionally white is because I didn't even bother to take out my like clear retainer. It's like the Invisalign kind. That's what I had on during this goddamn review. And it also kind of messes with your speech. I have no idea what I was thinking here. And also, it's clear that I just got out of the shower. My hair is wet. I won't lie, I still do that on occasion.
I was originally going to do a written review, but that takes a lot of time and I am really lazy and I just didn't feel like doing it.
Okay, yeah, so that's right. Yeah, I remember, now it's coming back to me. At the time I was doing a lot of written reviews for no other reason than I just wanted to do them and I thought it would give me good practice. And it, as people know who write, it takes a lot of work. That is a lot of work to do. And yeah, I was really lazy. I was in college and I was working and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go on camera and do this. Clearly had no camera presence, but that's okay. It builds with time, I guess.
Well, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to come on here and tell you what I think, even though maybe one or two people might watch this. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about the movie.
That is accurate. I really did not think that more than 4 or 5 people would watch this, but then I forget. This was back in like the old West, back when YouTube, like you could put on a video and just be anybody and you get like 2,000 views for it. Not the case anymore.
Reason that, the marketing for this movie is basically the fact that Peter Jackson produced it. Like, he's the big...
Oh my God, get your words out, bitch. Get your words out. That's right. I couldn't, I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do anything. So I would just do these like in one take for like 10 minutes. And clearly that was a mistake.
It's been coming out like in all these magazines. It's on the cover of magazines, the movie, and it's on, critics are raving about it. And I thought, wow, well, I better go see this movie. So.
Oh my God, what are you talking about? I would never do that today. I would never go see a movie after having read everything that the critics say. I don't know what I was thinking. And the fact here that I seem to care that it was critically acclaimed, I don't care about those things anymore at all. I don't care what anyone else says. I care what I say.
I went to go see it last night and, well, let me tell you the premise first. It's basically about a bunch of aliens.
I'm so glad I don't talk about premises anymore. The only reason I don't is just because I feel like it takes up time. It's like if you want to look up the premise, unless it's something like, unless I'm talking about something where it needs that context, I kind of feel like you can look that up separately and rather talk about other things. Whether it's a detriment or not, I don't know, but I'm kind of glad I changed that.
There's this government agent guy who works for this company called MNU, and...
Can we just talk about my accent? My southern accent, MNU. I love Like, all my vowels are flat. I don't think it's as bad now. I mean, it's definitely, I can hear it, but like, this is a lot. I guess I repressed it over time.
I really like the fact that the director wanted to do something different. He was very much about touching on theme.
I love how I constantly keep adjusting the camera. This is really, really professional.
Aliens are the ones that we feel sympathy for, which is very different. We don't really get that very often.
Yes,
So
it's going for like sci-fi Italian neorealism. That's what it sounds like anyway. I really don't remember this movie at all. Well, I remember a little bit of it, but I haven't seen it since I did this review.
And they seem like a part of the world. They seem like a part of the story. They're not superfluous in any way. Or not superfluous, but what's the word?
I think that's the word.
They don't take away from the story, basically. But anyway,
Oh God.
one thing that I realized that I don't like about kind of the modern movies or this new style is the kind of docudrama look. I don't like that kind of filmmaking. That style I don't like the fact that
It feels like a docudrama right now. I keep adjusting the camera. Jesus Christ.
it's the camera is very jittery and that it skips from scene to scene. I don't think that really works. I like a movie to have.
It skips from scene to scene. Explain yourself. That makes no sense.
They have this idea that you can't have a scene that's more than 2 minutes long. I mean, you can't really have meaty dialogue. You can't have rich scenes. And I miss that. And that's something that I feel is missing in these newer movies.
I would agree with that. I would agree with just the idea that movies today are just too quick. And I don't mind the docudrama look if there's kind of more of a point to it. But yes, typically the spatial coherence does bother me a lot of the time when that becomes so visceral and you're getting all of your emotion out just because it's shaky. And I feel like that's too obvious and it's not particularly interesting. It's a lot more interesting when you do have kind of the full frame to work with and you've got a lot of compositional ideas there.
This movie is so interesting and it's got such a great premise. But
All right. I'm calling bullshit on my 19-year-old self. I don't think I gave a shit about this movie. You know what? I think I'm saying that I liked it maybe more than I actually cared to admit. I think I get the feeling that I was nervous about going onto YouTube and saying negative things about something that people tended to like. And, when you're young, especially when you're 19 years old, you're more impressionable, you're still growing up in a way, sort of. And I was afraid. I was afraid of negative comments. I was afraid of getting bashed and all that kind of stuff. Now it's just a regular Tuesday and far more than I could have ever imagined. But you learn. You develop a thick skin and you learn to not give a fuck about any of that stuff. But first review, we must remember.
just a bunch of bang bang, lots of shooting and
It just became a lot of bang bang. I sound like an ape. I need to work on my descriptions.
no matter what, all of our issues end in chaos, always end in violence and hatred. So I at first thought, okay, this is not bad, but it just went on, and I was just like, I just get so tired of that because that happens all the time with movies today, and
It's so much worse now, too. I mean, I saw way more mainstream movies in movie theaters back then. I almost never go to the movie theaters now. Well, I mean, let's pretend there wasn't a pandemic going on. Let's say like last year. Yeah, I almost never go to the movies. I don't like going to the movies.
that's not the way to resolve a kind of movie like this. Now, I mean, you may argue and say, well, this is supposed to be a summer blockbuster, but it's not. The director even said he wants to be different. He wants this movie to kind of stand out as a work, something that's intelligent.
I don't remember. I'm sure I believe what I'm saying here, that the third act loses its way because almost every big mainstream movie does, and it loses that confidence to really flesh out the main ideas all the way through without it becoming just, as you say, pure space opera, pure action.
I mean, if you're going to make a movie like 2001: A Space Odyssey, you don't end it like Transformers, okay?
Whoa, what? That was so stupid. That was the dumbest comparison ever. Like, I just compared District 9 to 2001. No, they're not trying to be the same movie, girl. Like, not even remotely. And like 2001 and Transformers, that is a little bit too dramatic. What the fuck?
It didn't quite reach that, mainly because of the last hour or so. Or not, well, I guess last 30 minutes. And
oh my god. Oh, so awkward and just very uncomfortable. I'm just bringing up the same point over and over again, and it's not even particularly insightful. It's like there's nothing original at all in this review.
For me, this movie reminds me of Children of Men if it had fallen short.
Okay. I'm starting to remember the movie now that I'm listening to myself, and yeah, okay, that's an okay. Children of Men is an okay comparison, because that is much more like socio-political in its style. But to bring up 2001 and Transformers, ugh, stupid.
See, I love Children of Men. I think Children of Men is one of the best sci-fi films of the decade, and it...
Oh god. Really? Oh, not even close. This would have been the 2010s. Yeah, I hadn't seen enough movies. I'm much more educated on film than I was then. I never would have said that today. I saw Children of Men maybe several years ago, and I was like, damn, like there are some good parts of it, but it's kind of overrated too.
From District 9. So basically, I mean,
too close. Back up. This is like we're watching a Tom Hooper film. It's like Les Miserables, and the camera just goes up your nose.
You can see this movie, but if you really want to see a movie that's really great and worth your time, go rent Children of Men. And that's all I gotta say. See you later.
Well, that was just abrupt ending. That was weird. That was really surreal and strange to experience. I sounded very young back then. I look very young, say nothing of substance. Well, I'm glad that's over. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about that other than it's pretty bad. It's pretty embarrassing. But I feel like I've improved tremendously in the last 10 or 11 years. And I'm really glad because, yeah, there is a gigantic difference between then and now. But I guess, in 11 years, there is going to be a gigantic difference just in yourself. I'm still the same person, but oh gosh, I've lived a lot and I've experienced a lot, and it's very clear that person has experienced nothing. But I'm trying to come off as though I do have experience. And a lot of young people do that, but it's just so evident and very cute and very funny. But yeah, that is my reaction to my very first YouTube video. I'm glad that's over. I'm not gonna make it like a huge habit of doing this, but if there are other reviews you think I should have a reaction to from long ago, not any time in the recent past, maybe I'd be willing to do it. But yeah, I hope you guys got a little bit of enjoyment out of that. More enjoyment than I did, at least. But thank you so much for watching. Over here, you will see all of my Patreon supporters. You guys are wonderful for supporting for so long. The link to support is below. If you are a Patreon supporter, I do have holiday specials for the commissioned portraits that I do on my website. So you can go to Patreon for more information on that. I am an artist. I sell commissioned portraits and prints. All of that is going to be on my website, deepfocuslens.com. Let me know if you are interested. Beyond that, all of my social media information is below. You can watch more videos here, and you can subscribe if you'd like. Catch you next time.